Hi, guys, and welcome. Hi, Katharina. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
Awesome, guys. So if you are joining us live today is the second Vet Rehab Summit prelim that we are running. It is super cool. If you don't know what the prelims are, basically we are getting to know a couple of our sponsors and lecturers that will be with us on the day, the 8th of November at the Vet Rehab Summit. And it's our way to get excited. It's our way to connect with these sponsors and lecturers, to dive a little deeper into the topic of dynamic by design, and really to just get us all thinking about what we're going to be learning at the Vet Rehab Summit and what is going to be happening. It's to get us excited. Okay, so we are doing things a little bit differently. And Katharina, I am going to ask you not to introduce yourself. Instead, I'm going to ask you a couple of fun questions. You're going to give me those answers. And in that way, we're going to get to know you and Flexiness a little bit better. So are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, shoot.
Okay. So number one, if Flexiness were an animal, what would it be and why?
So I think the easy answer to this question would be a Boston Terrier. But I mean, that's too obvious. So I was thinking a little bit further, and I came up with actually two animals. It wasn't easy because the one would be an octopus. But actually, as I'm always saying, equipment has and functional. So personally, I don't think that octopuses are very pretty. So I had to come up with the second one. And that was actually our almost, what did you say? Bearded dragon.
A bearded dragon.
A chameleon.
A chameleon. I love that.
Yeah, because
chameleons are so cool.
A very, it's a flexible animal. It has vibrant colors. And I think they are very but when they are active, they are very. It's just I think it fits.
It gives you that vibe. Yeah. I like it. Okay. What's one surprising way that people use your products?
Yeah, actually, we had it was in the beginning of September. A reseller was at the trade show, and she sent me pictures. And when I saw the picture, I was like, "Oh my god, horrible!" There were our equipment, so that was maybe the weirdest but funniest thing, because I'm not a spider person. So I was like, ugh. And a more normal way is that we have a lot of physical therapists or physiotherapists for kids that are using our product. Kids like the colors. They are using it because the human colors are too standard for the kids. So
Oh, I really like that. I think that's a very good use. Okay. I'm going to shoot some rapid fire questions at you, and you're going to tell me which one of two options you prefer, reach for first, resonates best with you. Are you ready? Ready. Puppies or seniors?
Seniors.
Seniors. That was very slow, Katharina. Quick.
I want
sunrise. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Ooh, love it. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Mountains or ocean?
Ocean. Weird from a person from Switzerland. No?
Yeah, I don't know. Flex box bar or stacking bar? Gotta be one.
Flex box bar.
Okay. Pour disc or toy pour discs?
Paw disc.
Okay. Dream vacation in the city exploring or nature retreat?
Are you asking young Katharina or old one?
Now, Katharina.
Nature it is.
Nature, perfect. Good book or Netflix binge?
Definitely the book.
Definitely the book. Okay, I like it. Are you reading something at the moment?
reading about 10 books at the same time. Some are always profession related books I always get, and then some fun thing, but actually I have no title I can come up with, because I was reading a lot about mirror neurons the past few weeks. That was an interesting topic. Maybe that's more interesting than a book title. I don't have one at the moment.
Okay. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, guys, if you are tuning in live with us, it is so good to have you with us. This is the second Vet Rehab Summit prelim that we're running for the season over the next 5 weeks. We have about 2 prelims every week. It's going to be great. We're meeting the sponsors and the lecturers behind the Vet Rehab Summit, the guys that are going to make this event amazing. So today, Katharina is here to chat to us about tools versus techniques. Are balance products helping or hurting? So Katharina, how and when should unstable surfaces or balance equipment be introduced to our patients?
Yeah, I mean, it always depends on the on the goal, and then also what are you referring as unstable or balance? People just picture like inflatables, but actually when depending on the dog, when you come to a senior, also a sensimat can be something unstable. So yeah, because it is not, it's depending on the mat, it's not even. So it always, where is your dog at the moment, health wise, where are you in the rehab process? For me, just like using these kind of equipment when you are working with puppies, for example, it's like for experience, you're building walkways, parkours for like proprioception experience. Then you can start early. When it comes to rehab, it's an add-on or the icing on the cake to finish your rehab, to get your dog back on its path.
Okay, I like that. What are some of the most common mistakes that people make when they introduce balance products?
Do we have a lot of time? So I think I will narrow it down. Maybe the most important is they start, when it comes to exercise, they start too early to use balance equipment. Or what we see a lot is when people want to buy something and they just manhandle the dog onto the equipment and don't the time to experience how it is walking onto something. And yeah, it's like just have to reconnect. Yeah, when they put the dog on equipment, the dog is just like shaking or has a tremor, that they think, oh yeah, now it's working, but actually it's not what we want. I think these are the common mistakes. Introducing too early, not setting a goal and not choosing the right equipment for the goal, just maybe what they have seen doing others. You always have to work goal oriented in the case, but I think that's more a problem dog owners have, and hopefully not therapists or professionals. So I mean, nowadays professionals are educated to how to use, should be educated how to use equipment properly. And actually it has changed a lot the past 15 years, how we work and how we introduce balance equipment.
I definitely agree with you. And I mean, I'm the first one to say when I've made a mistake, and that is something that I used to do, is to introduce balance equipment really early, not necessarily just, putting the dog on a peanut, but discs. I would have front feet or back feet on a disc from maybe the first or second treatment that I had with the dog, instead of creating a really solid foundation for them. And I didn't realize that, we need to think about the unstable surface as a progression instead of as something that we can introduce really early. So that's something I learned this year with the summit theme and the topics that we've that we brought forward. And I've been in the industry. I've been working with dogs. I can't be the only one who's done that. So I think that's really, it's a very good area for us to explore. And I think definitely potentially a more common mistake than we might realize. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's how everything works. It's progress. We also as professionals have to go on, and there is always we realize, and then we have to go from there. And I mean, as you said, a lot of people are progressing too quickly. But I think that's also a problem with social media. They see something on social media and then they think, yeah, my dog has to do that. And a lot of dogs just offer to. And then there is maybe the problem that people don't see, that they don't have the eye, that they see that it's not the same. Or maybe also when the social media video was perfect, they don't see the difference between their own dog and the dog that's doing it perfectly. And I think that's that's a problem. But yeah, we just can try and help people and educate them and show them what they have to look for.
Yeah, I love that. So how do you think does education around technique really make all the difference in outcomes? Because that is essentially the technique, and being able to see the mechanics of the dog in front of you is so important.
Yeah, I mean we have when we want to start with anatomical knowledge, when we have a dog owner, we also have to tell them what they have to look for, and then it's just a real is handling, because that's the topic I'm working for 20 years on, the handling with dogs, how it's done, how you bring the dog to do something you want without manhandling. We don't want to put the dogs into, and that it works, that posture is good, and also movement is good. So I think that's my most important technique thing I see, and also the most most mistake I see, because dogs, as I said before, when you asked me about the books, what I'm reading, I said I was reading a lot about mirroring, and that's actually something very important, because dogs are mimicking what we are doing. So if we shift weight, if our posture isn't good, the dog is mirroring what we are doing, so they will shift weight, and we don't realize that it's not what we actually want. So when we use elbow, hands, also our expression or voice, they are reacting, and that's how we. That's what I really think is very interesting in working with the dogs to get to your goal.
Oh my God, I love that, because it just it goes so deep. And this is something I realized with the horses quite a few years ago, is your handler, your handling, your skill as a handler. It is incredibly important. And if we don't up our skill as handlers, we cannot achieve exercise movement-based outcomes with our dogs or with our patients. We just you can't, because you don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge and the understanding. And I mean, we don't know what we don't know. So it goes so deep, from mirror neurons to our breathing, to our posture, our own fitness levels, and that's just the foundation. Then we haven't even looked at hand positioning and body positioning and foot positioning and how we're moving and all those things, and then how we need to respond to the patient in front of us, and not just be proactive, but also responsive to get the correct posture and movement from them. And there's so much there to unpack. I'm really excited, because that is one of our topics at the summit. Yeah. Because I don't think, as canine rehabilitation professionals, or equine even more so, because movement-based therapy is not generally something that we're incorporating into a rehabilitation session. as equine practitioners, we're spending that whole hour with our hands on the patient, and not all of us are incorporating movement. And there are some good reasons for that, and it makes sense. But I also want to challenge that a little bit, because movement is very incredibly important. So now I've gone off on a whole tangent. Oh, I love that.
I think I had that experience. A lot of people said, yeah, it's easy for you because that your dogs work like that, because you have small dogs, you have Boston Terriers, they are very clever. That's very easy. So that's actually the reason I bought that Continental Bulldog, because I said, okay, yeah, it might be easier. But also, when you have a Border Collie or a Malinois, it's different to work with this kind of dogs. Then I thought, okay, I will get a more stubborn dog or dog breed, and I can show that it also works with correct handling. So it's like, okay, yeah, you were right. Sorry.
I mean, are the Bostons easy to work with as a breed? Are they really like very motivated, easy to train dogs? I wouldn't have said that.
You think? Yeah. No, they are not.
No.
They are also challenging, but when you yourself make it look easy, everyone thinks it's easy. So you have these common things. Yeah, Border Collie, that's easy. Because they want to work, and then it's like, yeah, we all work with individuals, and and it depends on how you are, how your voice is, how your expression is. I mean, you can, from someone that is always like, how do you expect a dog to? I never worked with horses, so I can't. I back in the days, but never like this, so I can't say how it is with horses. But it's like you need to control your level of emotion. So and have to check how is the dog's level or emotional level, so you can build this perfect environment that it works with this dog, the dog you have in front of you, and not the dog you think you have in front of you.
Yeah, I love that. So treating the breed predispositions, understanding those predispositions, but also always focusing on the individual in front of you and their specific nature, energy level, motivation level, how they're coming to the party, I think is super important. Guys, I haven't said hello. I've just been like waving every time someone comments. But Marta, it's so great to have you. Hydropower, hello from Dubai. Love the Flexiness exercise equipment. That's so awesome. Thank you for letting us know. I also love the Flexiness equipment. It's super cool. Awesome. Okay, so Katharina, what is your favorite exercise or product combination for building stability first? So if your goal is to create stability in your patient, what is your go-to?
For me, always my first go-to exercise is, I mean, the dog has to be able to stand on 4 legs. So that's the minimum. But when we are in that stadium of rehabilitation, or you're just working with a healthy patient, you want to enhance performance. For me, the most important exercise is a stack, just a perfect posture stack, hold on duration. That's the first go-to. It tells me a lot about where is the dog standing in his fitness, on his fitness level. How does it? How long can the dog hold the top line, and so on. So that's and shows me, when I have my dog owners working with their dogs, how their handling skills are.
Okay. So Katharina, if you are like, can you go a little bit deeper into that stack? How are you setting that up? And then what are you looking for in the dog? Like, what is a good stack? What are some warning signs that, it's not what you want it to be? And then, what does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, it depends also on the breed standards. So to define correct posture, because there are different kinds of top lines, different kinds of standards. As we said, we have to work with the dog in front of you. If I don't know a breed exactly, I'm just checking breed standards and go and check what do they want to see. And generally speaking, we just want a top line according to breed standard. We want a balanced that the dog is balanced, so it has a bit more weight in the front than in the rear. Also a little bit breed depending on the breed. So it's 60-40, but yeah, and we want that front to be straight, and also the rear we can look at angulation. We can check are the paws turned in, front and rear. We see how are the knees pointing out, are they straight, or all these things. How is the head carried? Is the dog focused straight forward? It also depends a lot on handling skills, on all posture, on the person who is stacking the dog. We can influence a lot with what we are doing, so we also can bring the dog into in an unbalanced stand with our position. So we direct the handler as well as the dog.
Okay, I love that you're using that to assess your handler as well as your dog. I think that's really valuable because it's a safe, low-key exercise that should be simple. And if the handler is having trouble with that, then you know where to start, right? You know where to go from there. When you're stacking, are you setting the dog up on like the Flexbox bar with the front and the hind feet, or just on the ground, on target mats? How are you setting them up?
Personally, I prefer to have a low, stable platform because I don't use unstable equipment when I want to evaluate the body. So I use low flex box, depending when the dog knows a lot and already can handle the small bars. I prefer to use the Flexbox bar because they force the dog to stand more parallel than when they have a larger platform to step on. So they are already a little bit forced into that correct posture. But if we don't have a dog that can't handle the small ones, I use bigger ones, and then we have to work on the handler skills. So
okay, fantastic. Okay,
but
so
always close to the ground. It always has to be close to the ground. I don't like to dog stack up to. I don't like that. No.
Okay, super. Are you going to be attending the Vet Rehab Summit and listening to the lectures?
Yes, I hope so.
Yes.
I've planned, yes, of course.
Yay. Have you had a look at the lineup? Is there something in particular that you're looking forward to on that lineup?
Yeah, there are a lot of topics that are very interesting, and I really, I also like to dive in topics that are not familiar with what I'm doing. So never stop learning, right?
Yes.
So I also want to listen to speakers that have maybe similar topics that I cover. So it's always I like to build synergies so that you have I like to hear opinions from others. Maybe we agree or disagree, and then there can interesting discussions happen. Interesting discussions. So that's I like that.
I love that. That's actually one of my favorite things about online pet health and the way that we've set up this platform is that we can get so many different viewpoints and experience levels and backgrounds to come together, and we can learn from all of them. I think there's so much value in that. Learning from like just a very limited training institution or a limited one or two people, or I think that's very limited. in an industry where we have so much global influence. I think it's very exciting. So I
and
think I'm
not one way is the best. There
yes,
are several ways that work out.
Yeah. The more tools we have in our toolbox, the better we can do for the individual dog in front of us. And I think that's so important. Yeah. Guys, if you're listening, let me know what you are most looking forward to at the Vet Rehab Summit. I think I've never heard any of Annalie's lectures before, but I love the educational content that she creates. So that's at the top of my list. I'm very excited to learn from her. Again, because that handling skill, she's covering that, is just, it's so hugely important. And personally, my canine handling skills are not what I think they should be. I still have a big knowledge gap there. So I'm very excited to start filling that. And then Yana Gams is always a favorite. And Ariel Markley is always a favorite. So I know I'm going to love those lectures. And those are my top ones that I'm looking forward to on the small animal side. And then, you know, I'm really looking forward to everything. So picking favorites is hard for me. What are you guys looking forward to? I'd love to hear from you. And then if you haven't registered for the Vet Rehab Summit yet, it is on the 8th of November. And coming and joining us live at the event is completely free. There is no reason why you guys should not be registered. So head over to the website, vetrehabsummit.com, and register for a free ticket and join us live. If you need CPD or you need to watch them as recordings, then you need to either purchase a ticket or become an online pet health member. If you're looking for the cheapest way to join us, it is to become an online pet health member. Putting that out there so you guys all know, but the event is free for our members. You pay for your membership and then you come to the summit for free. It is a fantastic way to join us. Our members also have maximum benefits. Katharina, are you going to be offering something special to attendees at the event?
Yes, I will. I will introduce some new kind of program I developed. And then they will, of course, get benefits from special deals for equipment. But I also, exercise-wise, I have something new that is coming up, and I want to introduce that. It's something more. I actually have started working with more with a little bit of different approach of fitness. Fitness exercises. So that's what I will presenting there.
Okay, I'm very excited. I don't know what it is yet, so it's going to be a surprise to me as well, guys. Come and join us live, see what Katharina has planned. I'm very excited to see you all there. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.